Honesty is the best policy. First and foremost, you got to be honest, not just with your own story, with what you contributed to the game, whether it was big or small.
Right.
Everybody don't have the same contribution, and everybody's not doing the same work. Everybody didn't put in the same blood, sweat, and tears. So when it all boils down to it, truth will keep us on one accord. And if you're a liar, you're just going to be the person that will find yourself on the side because you don't want to blend in with the truth. You don't want to stand firm in truth. That's the only solution. There's no
Right.
other solution. There's no other thing to
I get
bring
that,
about.
bro.
Truth keeps the people who love truth together, and lies keep other
Right.
people separated.
Right.
I'm gonna say this. I agree with you because a lot of dance cultures and people we have come with the same thing. And I'm gonna say it like this: your role in the story, no matter how large or small, does not negate you from being in the story. I think a lot of people have a problem with the character they are in the story, but sometimes
Right.
just because you're in the story and you have one page and somebody has a whole chapter doesn't mean that you're just not as significant in the total story. But that's for people to think of the total story. I think a lot of people don't
Right.
think of the total story. They think of individual, how am I looked? But guess what? Your one sentence in the story is just as powerful as the person who has a whole chapter because you're in that same book. A
And
lot of
let
people
me add to this too, right? Let me add to this too, right? Because the reason why I said solution, because some people, right, that's new, that's been under people or whatever, it could rub off because we went through stuff like this, right? And what that wasn't even a fact. People start thinking like, oh, they think they this, or they're trying to shut us down or do this or whatever, and you be like, wait, hold on, nah, because what it sounds like you're doing is something that we do too, is just paying respects to the gutterness of it and where it comes from. Because what's going to happen is that some people that, like Bruck up in Jamaica, they're going to hear this. They're going to hear these stories as it elevates. They're going to hear these things, and then they could be mad or they could be a bit upset and not inviting towards the new style of dancing because of the way that it's represented. You get what I'm saying? Because even when it
Right.
comes to turfing, you have real hood gutter people, man, and you might not think they turf, but they're right there watching. They're looking at it. They're real hood. You get what I'm saying? So we don't push and force